This is a small group discussion with J. Krishnamurti in Bangalore, 1971.
May I introduce, sir?
Do what you like, sir.
Because we do it mostly as your children, you see, so we are not at all concerned about formalities. Swamiji represents almost a lifetime of deep study, scholarship, understanding and living. He is a special Vedantin in as much as he has brought Vedanta out of the rut into which it had fallen. So much of accretion had come on it during the passage of time or passage through time. Many of us who were extremely sincere, who wanted to understand things, could have some light going through his books, listening to his talks and all that. We read your books and heard your lectures also with the same type of seriousness. And we found a lot of common ground, quite a lot of identity in both. He has read some of your books and he personally feels that your teachings cover only a part of Vedanta. In other words, Vedanta covers something more than that. He plans to write a book later bringing out clearly Vedanta and the teachings of persons like Vivekananda, Ramatirtha, yourself, and what subtle differences or otherwise differences are there. We who have been trying to read these things find in him as well as you two great personalities, or let me put impersonalities, who have been representing wisdom as it is. Himself, ancient wisdom, yourself, new discovery and teaching. So we feel a meeting together of these two minds will be of great benefit to all, especially to the people of this country who are traditional in a way, yet who through tradition are able to get out of tradition, because there this wisdom is there. As an example, if I may put, after 100 years, your books may be interpreted by people or may be read by people. At that time, another man may come and say, throw away all the books, including Krishnamurti's books.
Quite right.
But when we read your books, it is a beam of light for us through which we can see things more clearly. Similarly, the Swamiji has helped Vedanta, present Vedanta clearly, and it has been a beam of light to us, and we find quite a lot of identity. I think, very sincerely, I feel a close discussion may be of great benefit.
So,
Swamiji is a little bit hard of hearing. I don't know what can be done for that. Shall I put a chair here, please, so that...
I can talk loud, sir. I can talk loud. No, this is all right.
I'm good, I'm hard of hearing.
Shall I turn the chair a little bit?
No, that is not it.
You don't have to turn, sir. That's all right. There. Sit down, sir. You'll be all right.
You can speak in English.
Yeah, that's
It can be, please make it as informal as possible. Due to old age, he is slightly nervous.
Yes, sir.
He is 93.
There's enough an old man, world famous, and I'll be satisfied.
So what shall we discuss, sir? How do we...
Please, you handle.
No, I don't know.
Yesterday, in your talk, there was a reference to Maya. One would feel that the speaker did not have a perfect understanding of the phenomenon represented by the word Maya. The word Maya has been misused by many people, especially the foreign writers, English writers. It is something else. Probably we can start it as a point. The word Maya...
Start something else, sir. Start something else, because...
You can present the salient points of Shankara.
Oh, no. I am not conjured. I would rather listen to him to say something and we will be glad to learn. Really, I am not going to hear a discourse.
How should we take this?
No, Swamiji, let it be more clear. How people have misinterpreted your Maya.
We won't make it formal, let it be informal, that's the best thing. Let two hearts meet and
You
talk.
don't think, that's different, but we'll have to take an issue and discuss. I think it's...
Sir, would you ask him, sir, suppose if there were no books, books written by Shankara or the tradition, how would a man begin? Not knowing what other people have said about enlightenment, about right way of thinking, nothing. I know I am personally read a thing about all this. Now, how would a man not, if there was no book at all, no tradition at all in the sense, in the accepted word, in the sense of that meaning, what would they do? You understand, sir, my question?
Quite.
Now, put it, see what happens.
Now, Krishnaji asks, had there been no tradition and had there been no books
At all.
How would a man begin?
What is it? If there were no tradition,
No books at all,
books,
no books.
it doesn't matter.
How would a man begin? How can a man combine? Shall I use the word enlightenment?
Any word, enlightenment,
Yes.
understanding.
Yes. How would a man begin? How would a man have enlightenment?
Enlightenment.
Yes.
Enlightenment.
Enlightenment does not belong to any book.
No.
Then how does a
Within
person...
himself, that is our.
How would a man begin?
Begin to do what? Beginning what? Begin to live? Or begin to listen or to talk or what? Begin to do what?
For example,
How would a man begin to do what?
Right. Begin to live. Begin to...
There are no books now, I suppose. And how would a man begin? What should he begin?
What should he begin with?
Is it to talk or to know or what? Teach or what?
What would he do in life? Seeing what life is, misery, conflict, and all the rest of it. Along what lines, suppose I'm in sorrow, my life is in sorrow. I know nothing about any books, no tradition, no Shankara, nothing. Now, I want to be free of that sorrow. How do I begin?
I am in sorrow.
A man.
A man is in sorrow.
Yes.
He does not know Shankara, he does not know Shastras, nothing.
Yes.
How would he be free of the sorrow?
Yes. Perhaps he would call, if he were able to do it, he would cultivate in himself and think over the matter, come to conclusion, if he is prepared. That is, he has got sufficient samskaram in his mind.
If he has sufficient samskara, he will come upon it.
Samskara being?
Previous evolution. Enough point of
You
maturity.
see? So you are depending on the past for the way of his conduct. Is that it?
A bit more.
I mean, you are depending on the past for understanding.
So, one has to depend upon his past. His past samskaras, past,
That is all.
for his understanding.
Yeah, that is all. A man is not a sudden meteor to come down from elsewhere. He is already the result of his past, isn't it? He has not to depend, but he is in fact the dependent of his past. Man already means man as such. We already take him to be the result of all the past,
Yes.
and therefore he has to depend. What is that? Otherwise, what would be understanding of man? When you say man already, you say he has got a body, the mind, and his intellect and all that. If otherwise he could not be a man. And therefore, that is already a stage of evolution which he has reached. And therefore it must depend upon his past.
He has to depend on the stage of evolution.
Come over here, sir.
Come.
That would deny freedom, I think, completely then.
Then, if a man has to depend upon his past completely, does it mean that he has to, freedom is denied?
Not he has. He is.
He is the result of that.
He is a creature that depends on his past. Man already, the word man itself.
Does it mean that he is the result of the past?
No, the presupposes the effect of a past, isn't it? The evolution of man, already we suppose he is a man at a particular stage of an animal developing into a man. Therefore he has to depend. That is all. Not that he has to depend, but that's his nature, the very nature.
Does that mean there is no freedom?
Where is freedom? No question of freedom or destiny here at all. No question. Still we are only talking of man, animals and all that. Suppose there is a man that you have already adopted into the world, a man with all the faculties and all the body and all the other organs. Given that, you ask me, he has got sorrow, how has he to come over, isn't it?
Yes.
Therefore you are already supposed, I have not supposed it. The question itself presupposes it. Man is only a stage of evolution in a particular stage. Man means already as if man were neutral, and then today he has to depend on past or future. That question would be out of place. We cannot ask that question at all.
Sir, the question of time is involved in this.
Yeah,
The question of time is involved in this. Does that mean,
Please come closer.
but,
you repeat if you like, you repeat, that is man a slave of time, or is such a thing as a timeless process which will break this chain at any time?
That means man
Slave.
is time bound, slave of time.
yes, sincerely, the man and the word man presupposes that.
You ask him to answer again. He will answer again.
A creature born as man, that is man, isn't it?
Even according to the scripture.
He thinks that has.
No, I want him to say, is the human race, is any human being completely a slave of time? Or is time only something which exists with ignorance and can break at any time?
Long question means it will be difficult for me to. Does it mean that the whole human race,
Man.
man, is a slave of time?
Whether he is a slave or master is a different question, because when he does something, he may be a master if he likes, or he may be a slave. It is left to him. But man as such is endowed with so many faculties and all that we have proposed. The word man, that is all. The question involves that. It is not I. The word man, when you say animals, men and all that, do you think so many people were dropped down from the sky? One man was dropped here, another animal was dropped there, and a fish was there, and all that we can't understand like that. In the ordinary way of thinking.
Is the factor of avidya entirely at the mercy of time, Or
It
is
requires
avidya
clarification.
something which can be cut at any time? Which vidya?
The word man demands clarification. Man as a body, or man as endowed with faculties, or man necessarily as a conscious being, so many things. And then when we say man in the ordinary sense, we know a man means is a biped, as somebody said, and he has got so many faculties and all that. All that is presupposed in the word man in the ordinary way of thinking.
You said man is the result of samskara.
One,
Is a result of samskaras.
yeah,
Samskara means past samskaras.
yeah.
Samskara means accumulated samskaras.
It's all one. It's all one.
Yes, that means there is a time process in it. Time process.
Certainly, when you have placed man at a particular point of time, you know, man has come and man has appeared, you say. Otherwise, there would be a man at all.
That's right.
Yeah.
So,
The word man will require clarification, I told you. The man has such, what is man? What do we understand by the word man? Then we will understand, we will be able to see whether he is a creature of time or is a master of time and all that.
You just ask him this question.
It's a complex idea.
That is time independent of the human mind? Or is time a part of the creation of the human mind? Because it is the creation of the human mind.
I might request one thing. You see, both of them discussing will be the best. We shall
Come in here, sir. Come in.
Alright.
Come in. No, you see, I don't know how to tackle this.
Now this one question you ask him. I
Come
will-
nearer, sir.
I come. I'll ask this one question. One question I want to ask.
Yeah, what is
Is time,
Make it short.
you repeat.
No, I shall tell him afterwards.
He will
Is
repeat.
time a part of the human mind?
What?
Is time a part of the human mind or is time independent of human mind?
See, now, without committing ourselves to any particular theory, we have first introduced the word man, and then he says, is time physically existent by itself, or is this only, that means now we are launched into another question of idealism and realism. Is time only subjective or is only objective? That question means that, isn't it? So there is a lot of controversy among philosophers and all that. Well, do you want me to commit to any particular theory?
No theories. I am not asking about theories, sir.
Bhagavan.
I am not asking any theory.
No.
I am saying,
Your question was, is time a part of man's mind,
No.
part of portion of my mind, isn't it?
no,
Okay.
is
Was that not-
man a
Why it
creature
not
of
that-
time
Uh,
or the creator of time?
Is man a creature of time or the creator of time?
It is all right. The other one is only you put in a longer, a better expression, that is all. For the explanation, what was not unfolded, it is unfolded now, that is the question. What is man then? I want to understand, as you understand. Since the man is the subject of discussion, we must know what you understand by the word man. Then you will be ready at time to understand, to see whether he is a creature of time or time is a creation of man's mind and all that.
That's right.
Man, the first subject. About him, we are giving some predicates.
No, you have used the word man.
Sir,
Should we not understand man before jumping into other things? That is what he is asking.
No.
Krishnaji is asking.
I am not jumping into it.
just a human being who is the result of samskaras, can he break the past at any time, or must it break from it completely?
Should he
Break-
go through a process or can he break it at once?
At once.
A human being who is the result of samskaras, can he break the samskaras at once, at one moment, or does he have to go through a process of time?
Either process is possible according to the capacity of the man. That is all. Either is possible. He can do it now and here, or he may take even a number of
On what does that
births,
depend?
even if there are births.
What does
The breaking depends.
this breaking depend upon?
Yes, that's right.
what is the factor upon which the breaking of the samskaras depend?
Now, we are again launched into another discussion.
No, it is not another discussion.
No. It looks like that, but still we are. When you ask now, how is a man to break all his samskaras is the question. Now we have made samskaras independent of man. Entity, independent entity.
No, that is not understanding.
I can see you. How can I handle this machine if you ask? This machine is different from me, and I can do it or undo it as I please, since it is different. How can I undo myself? Suppose I ask that question. That would be out of place. The question would not be. The question would not arise at all. If we understand by the word man, all the samskaras put together is also a man. If samskaras are also part and parcel of man, the question would be different. And if samskaras only external, only apparently different, then it would be a different question. Whether they are there or other than, or what?
The first.
The first alternative. That's good.
Samskaras are man.
Samskaras are mine. Well, now some suggestion, it is called from within would come. Sometimes it does not bear scrutiny or explanation. Just as I awake from my sleep, well, suppose a question is asked now, how can I make up my mind to awake from my sleep? Suppose the question was asked. A process that is only a process known only to man. He knows that he was asleep and he has come out of his sleep. Does he make any effort to make to go out of his sleep? That question, man as such, he has gone to sleep now. All the functions are stilled. No particular function is active in sleep, deep sleep I mean. Not dream even, deep sleep. Now he awakes suddenly. He only knows that he did not know anything, but he has a reason. Now, if the question is asked, how did sleep evolve into waking? I think nobody can answer that question. We know that we do get out of it. That's all. Logical questions can come only in waking. Well, how can I handle this? How can I succeed over this or conquer this or that and all that? Because there are things to be conquered and there are things to conquer. But in sleep, we are all together. Every distinction is obliterated. We do know as a matter of fact that a man gets out of his sleep.
He's answering it the way
Traditional way.
The man in ignorance is supposed to be asleep. So enlightenment is the process. So you can't give an answer just because
No.
the man wakes
My question is not that at all. My question is, I am the result of my samskaras. Now, I realize that. Not sleep or wake. I realize it as I walk along the street. Now, must the samskaras go on till their end, time bound, or can they be broken at any time? And if it is to be broken, on what does it depend?
Anyway, you ask him again, but he seems to answer saying you
I understand that I am the result of samskaras.
Yes.
And after this understanding, do I have to go through the same samskaras for a long time?
Yeah.
Or can I break it immediately?
He can do either.
How?
How?
On what does it
No
depend?
question of how. It will be about what.
Why no question?
Beg your pardon. Wait a bit, please. I'll tell you what I mean. You see, here, we are all sitting down here. A question is asked now. Well, one says, so much I can understand, this man says. The other man says, how is it the question? How will it happen? Now, if there are two persons here, one man asks me, says, now I am able to understand what you say, quite right, he says. The second man only says, wait a bit, I have got a doubt here. Why should there be a difference at all?
No, sir.
How
I have no doubt.
He asked me how this is possible and how that is not possible. It
No,
depends
not
upon...
that. What is the factor that is instrumental in the breaking of samskaras. Am I right?
This is all right. Now, samskaras are broken suddenly. The samskaras are such that they are broken suddenly once. And samskaras are such that they want time and effort. And it's only a question of samskara. No, see, since you have asked me not to quote from any book or Shankaraj, anybody, therefore, no, that is why I did not say that.
No, you are free to quote.
No, not that, only to illustrate. I do quote, but not as authority. That is all. Once it is said, Virat Purusha was born, suddenly he was afraid. And in the next moment I said, why should I be afraid? Because there is nobody else. This is in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, it is stated. Virat Purusha, the moment he appeared on the scene, first he was afraid. Then he reflected and he said, why should I be afraid? There is no second at all. Why should I be afraid of second? It is only from the second I should be afraid. There is no second at all, he said. Now, first moment, he was afraid. The next moment, he reflected and got over it. Nobody came and to teach him, or no authority was quoted, neither Shankaran nor Upanishads were born. The Upanishad simply states a fact. That simply means the samskaras are such, just I quoted, just to give as an illustration, the state of deep sleep. From deep sleep, suddenly a man awakens. And then he says, he becomes aware. Why during deep sleep, he is not aware of an iota. He is not aware of anything else. When a question is asked, how does a man wake from sleep? He does wake, that is all that he can understand. The samskara such. Explanations do not come in. That is all I say.
Then, can I put a question?
Oh yes.
Then, if that be the case, as a man waking from sleep, a man is in deep sleep, he wakes, I go and ask him, how did you wake up?
No.
Says, I do not know, I have woken up only this much I know.
That is all.
Then,
But he does.
Then the teachings have no place at all in a man's life.
That is not it. That is not it. That does not follow necessarily, because I said samskaras differ. Well, one man may require teaching, another man may not take the teaching, because samskaras differ.
His thing is
It does not mean everybody is already complete with so many samskaras. Active, then the next moment he rises as from sleep. No, that is not possible.
So is it a quality of the samskaras? Is it a quality of the samskaras?
Certainly the nature, the degree, intensity of good samskara.
Yes, sir.
What is it? I haven't understood.
He says the same thing. That,
There is no reason.
there is no reason.
Suddenly wake up.
A man in ignorance is in samskara is like a man.
There are
And you
certain
suddenly
facts,
wake up.
Wake up, and you can't ask a
there
man
are
what
certain
will
facts in nature.
Wait.
And also
Indeed.
that it depends upon the type of samskaras. A particular quality of samskara instantly gets it. There are samskaras which need time and effort.
So
Both
that's,
these things.
There are certain facts in nature which are such. They do not require any explanation at all. And there are other complicated factors that do require an explanation.
that is, he's saying a man who is conditioned, which is samskaras, the weight of the samskaras or the lightness, the heavy samskara will take time to dissolve, and the man who holds it lightly can drop it at any time.
Quite say it. You can ask him. He says the type
So
of
can we infer from your statement that one with heavy samskaras will take a long time and one whose samskaras are light?
I don't know whether we weigh the things or use a thermometer.
No, there is no measurement. But
To know that. We can only say the nature of samskara is such. As the Gita says somewhere, Aneka Janma Samsiddha. What is that? Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Putarlabha. Suddenly a man comes after a number of births. But still, the man, as the Upanishad says, Brahmava idamagrasi tadatmanamavet Tatma Tatsarma. It was Brahman itself, knew itself as such, at once it became. So, if we compare these two statements, one statement says, Aneka Janmasam Siddha, the man became, he realized that there was a thing. But the Shruti says, suddenly Brahman, he knew Brahman and he became a Yal. And therefore it depends upon the nature. I don't know how to define that nature. Is it the intensity or the weight or the depth and all that? You know, I have seen people at the railway station, so many people going asleep, a number of people. The policeman comes, suddenly see the train is coming, he asks him to get up. Yagaya, he says, and then he goes to sleep. That man, he is in deep slumber, he cannot be awake. But this is another man, without being asked to get up, the moment he hears a light, somebody at once wakes up. We have seen such people on the platform, railway platform. Why did this man wake? First moment, why did it wake? Even sometimes the policeman had to kick him off from the platform.
If it depends on the nature of the samskara,
If that,
what is the place of effort, and what is the place of teachings?
if that completely depends upon the nature of samskaras,
No, that is not it. See, you will misunderstand me there. From the very beginning, you are asking me, is a man a creature of samskaras? That question cannot be asked. That question again cannot arise.
No, quite right.
It is out of
Quite
place.
right.
It is not it. It is not so there.
oh, it's not completely the result of samskaras.
Certainly not. It is samskara. He can break it. So one man, another man cannot break it. It takes time. That is all. Facts are such. If you put our children into school, some boy comes first, and the son comes after 5 years, he comes the last day. What can we say? The teacher teaches, the boy takes down notes, the boy says do exercises, all that. But still we see different results in the case of boys. The teacher cannot be blamed for that.
What is the place of teachings? What is the place of teachings or books in the
Suggesting reality, truth. Suggesting what is already suggested of the Shastra. The Shastra suggests what is there. That is the place of teaching. Acharya, both teacher and as well as Shastra. Both the books and the Acharya are meant for only to suggest what there are. One man knows and he suggests the truth to the other. According to capacity, each will grasp the truth. Yes, understand.
What does it come to? What does it come to?
That's what I'm wondering.
Would you say that the point of time must be examined?
Apparently it doesn't, you see. Then is it a mere question of chance? Just a minute, sir. I'm asking, let's see, before you ask me. I am conditioned, I have got heavy samskaras. And I go through life suffering, adding more or taking away little of my samskaras, right? And all this involves a long process of many lives, doesn't it? Having accumulated samskaras, I must go on till they end, right? Or this whole idea of samskara may be totally wrong. Wait, I'm just inquiring, sir. Don't translate it yet to him. Because we have an idea that I am the result of the past. That's simple, right? Now, can the past be wiped away totally through effort, through teachings, or it doesn't depend on teachings, on effort at all, but on a totally different factor? You understand, sir, my question? Yes. I am the result of the samskaras. That's a fact. That's all. It looks like it. I won't say it's a fact, it looks like it. And I go on blindly till something happens, I wake up. But I'm asking, to wipe out these samskaras, on what does it depend? Or on my effort, or on chance? By some sudden miracle, I break away. You understand, sir?
I am the result of samskaras, and I go on. Suddenly,
I go on. Can these samskaras be broken through effort?
Can the samskaras be broken through effort?
Certainly. Otherwise, what would be?
Through will.
So, some do not do it, some are able to do it, even at once.
On what does that factor depend, the at once?
This at once, breaking at once.
Yes.
On what does that depend?
Yes, that is why I asked, I gave you as an illustration that sleep. Once again, see, we do not know they are inexplicable. They do happen. Some certain meteor-like, such great persons come, they do break and they show themselves to the world. That is all. It is not empirically explainable. That such things happen, you know.
So, the ordinary man can never come out of this misery.
Then the ordinary man can never come out of this misery.
No, not misery. Who has taken man out to be a bundle of miseries? He may have pleasures, sorrows, everything. He is a bundle of all these feelings. Well, if you call the whole thing a misery, it's all right. A man is a bundle of miseries. That's all.
It's not the whole
He is not always miserable. Man is not a miserable creature.
He is a mixture of everything.
He is a mixture of everything. He is a mixture of everything.
Yes, he is a mixture, and he come out of that, he can make a master of the situation also, of the whole. It only depends upon himself.
And when he depends upon himself, what is the factor that makes him depend on himself, and therefore doesn't depend on the teachers, books, etc.?
When he is a master of himself,
He can.
What is the factor
that makes him depend on himself?
that makes him depend upon himself and not upon teachers or books or effort?
Books and the shastras are not so inimical like that. He may or may not depend. It is all depends upon his samskara, as I say. And one man requires some suggestion, teaching and all that. Another man does not. That is all. We are almost arguing in a vicious circle.
No, it is not argument. It is only coming closer.
What I say is, I will tell you what I mean. Not to actually access, you observe facts and come to certain conclusions. We have taken the word man as if you are adopting in time. He has got a past, the present and the future. The man is the result of his past and he may become the master of his future if he likes. Now this is the position, assumption as it were.
Assumption?
Assumption, yes. We have taken man as such. Man means a creature who has evolved into that shape at this particular time. He is now the result of all that. Now, if instead of inquiring, assuming that there is time, that there is a time process, and there is a creature who is endowed by certain faculties which may or may not enable him to overcome nature and all that. If instead of that, well, perhaps you would call it metaphysical. Suppose one will ask you, how do I know that time itself is a factor? How do I know I am full of samskaras? How do I know that I am the result of past, present and future? Are they really real? Such questions may occur to one man, because there are number of creatures and in number of ways people are put, isn't it? It all depends upon the quality, the nature of his bent of mind and inclination and way of thinking for himself. Then therefore, suppose such a question is asked, now all these questions become out of place altogether, because we have assumed that man is the result of samskara. Again we say he is the man of samskara, and therefore how is to break? How do we know that he is the result of samskara? Are really real? Certain factors seem to be so very real. Well, a nightmare. Well, we in dreams, we have got so many things. We think it's so very difficult to get over those things.
So,
but still, when we awake, nothing of the kind is good.
So,
therefore, in spite, even not being afraid of a question like that, a man may put that question, is there to put that question at all. Is there such a thing as time at all? Is there, or is a man after all a creature of his impressions, all that? When you have assumed that, the question arises, how is he get out of the difficulty? Well, but if the question is put that way, it becomes metaphysical. And then we have to examine facts and see whether at all man is a creature of past, whether he is a man of his impressions and all that. Sure. That question will be a different question.
So I'm born in Italy in the culture of Catholicism.
Oh.
You understand? In the culture of Catholicism. And I realize that's a very small world. And I know I am conditioned by the Catholic Church. That's all I know. That's a fact. I know nothing else. Right?
ಐದಕ್ಕೆ 5 ನಿಮಿಷ
ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ನಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತಾ, ಅದು ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ನಾವು. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಲಾಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಇಂಟು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಮೆಟಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಬಂತಂದರೆ ದೇ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಅಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್.
I am not metaphysical, so just tell it.
He is not metaphysical, and there is no metaphysical question as such.
No. When we ask, is man a creature of time, it becomes metaphysical, because we will have to define these terms, man, samskaras, time, and all that. That is why word metaphysical is not so great, not opprobrium. I am not afraid of being metaphysical even if necessary. But what we want is, when we want to decide, we have to define our terms and then understand. See, I am in time is a question, or time is going on independently, I am in it, that's a different question. Is time as such real at all? That's another question. The questions will be put in from different angles, and they will have to answer from different angles. It is not at all a sin to be metaphysical. Only provided you are true to nature, as in facts, so long as they stick to facts. What is there? If supposing we do transcend physical matters and become metaphysical, where is the harm? It is the man himself that reasons about those things. Only provided there must be facts, he must not merely imagine. given that man is in time, given that man has samskaras, given that he has got a faculty for trying to overcome it, we have been discussing that question from that standpoint. So many things given.
What is that faculty to overcome it? You said faculty to overcome samskaras.
No, about samskaras, I just now said, we do take samskaras from the past, and there are samskaras that also conduce to the future. While I am acting now, I am the result of factor. I am also independent of those them. I am also working against them.
That point is not raised.
Huh?
You said faculty to overcome samskaras, you said. Faculty to overcome samskaras, you just said.
Yes, he can.
Yeah, what is that faculty?
What is that faculty?
Yes.
No, that is not it. See, here, we are now discussing about samskaras, isn't it? Now our talking is the result of samskara, but still I am now making effort. You ask a question and I give you an answer. It is not the effort of samskara. My way of thinking and your way of thinking may be the result, but still I have got that faculty with which I do think over it and say, this is not it, I can do it, I make and resolve and break that past. I am not a creature of the past.
One can break the past.
Otherwise it would not. The ordinary way is to think that we are the result. That winter comes, it's a matter of course. We are all creatures of that cold and all that. To wear a blanket and all that, it is left to me.
Have you understood what he said? No, even the previous point, have you understood? I haven't understood it.
We are the result of samskaras. At the same time, as I am talking, as I am thinking, it is not entirely the result. There is something which is not.
What is that thing?
That's what he has been asking.
So, we are talking and thinking. We are talking and thinking.
You said.
You said
We are not entirely the result of samskaras.
that we are not entirely the result of samskaras.
Certainly not.
We are talking and thinking. And this talking and thinking is not the result of samskaras, we are reflecting on it.
No, there are two parts there.
Yes.
As a result of the past samskaras, we do all things natural. Suppose a man suddenly falls into a river. You see, he cannot but go with the current. But he has also the faculty of swimming and even against the current and getting out of it, isn't it? But left the samskaras of the river, the course of the river, he is to go to here. There are two forces there. The activity of the man, there is. Not everything is not altogether destined to be a creature of samskaras. Nobody says that. Samskaras only the tendency of thinking.
What is the other part?
What is the other part? What does this consist of?
We are not speculating about it, we see it here. We were once taught, we were all creatures under the British rule. Now we have become independent. What is it that made us become independent?
Oh, that's very simple.
So we have got both those factors there. There are the factors there. Before us.
The latter one, what is it exactly?
This is effort. What is that?
So, effort.
Effort.
We make effort.
Now, who is the maker?
Swim against the current and do it.
Who is the maker of this effort? Who is the maker of this effort?
The maker
of this effort?
The man himself, as he said. Just now, no, the word man we have not defined. Man is a complex of both of these things.
Who makes effort?
Since
Don't use
we have not defined our terms, that makes us so very
He said we have not defined our
puts us in an awkward position. According to one proposition, we think him is a creature of circumstances. According to another, we think he is a free man.
Before you discuss something, to define the terms that one uses is
Of course,
also part of the traditional.
I understand this very well. I understand. No, just stick to the point. One has to make effort, right, sir? Who is to make the effort? Is it the man upon himself and alter his condition, his samskaras? You understand, sir? I realize I've got samskaras. I make an effort to break them, right?
Yes.
I must be different from my samskaras. You understand?
Quite. Effort maker is he different from samskara?
Must be, otherwise his effort has no value.
Is the effort maker different from the samskaras?
Certainly, otherwise how could his samskaras we call them? It is one samskara that makes me in this village. When I yield to the samskaras, I become a creature. But otherwise I become a man.
Now,
Atmaiva Shyatmana Bandhu, Atmaiva Ripuratmana, as Gita says.
So then it is the...
That is why we have to define the word man.
No, leave man alone. Leave the definition of man. I realize that I am a bundle of samskaras. I realize I must break them from myself. Am I different from the samskaras which I am? Making the effort. Maker of effort, is he different? You say yes. Now, why is he different?
Why is the maker of effort different from the samskaras?
Why?
Yes, why?
Why cannot also fact? If it is a fact, why does the fire go upwards and not the wind? Such questions how can I ask?
No, you say
man is such. Constitution of man is such.
When you say there is a something or an entity or a factor or an agency that operates.
When the samskara is stronger, he yields to them. When he is stronger, the samskaras will yield them.
If I am to make an effort, I want to know who makes the effort. What is the mind or whatever it is that makes the effort to break?
One wants to know what is the entity that makes effort to break samskaras. What is that thing?
What?
What is the factor?
What is the fact? The factor.
The energy, agency, doesn't matter
The
what word
energy or the agency or whatever it may be that tries to break samskaras.
Tries?
Yes.
Who is it that tries, you ask?
Yes, yes.
Is it?
What is it?
No, you want to know. Who is it that tries? Is that the question?
Yes, yes.
Now here, we are beginning to analyze the word man. Till now, we have taken man as a complex being with his body, with mind and all that. Now if his man is distinct from the mind and all that, and if he can use it like a machine, he becomes distinct, isn't it? Now, what did we mean by the word man when we posed the question?
No,
We have to
don't
understand.
use man.
Once we say
Consciousness.
that is man was dropped as a creature. Now we are asking him, samskaras are a part of his mind. Now he has to overcome the factors. The mind becomes different, distinct from him, abstractly, as speaking, and he becomes a master of the mind. Man becomes the master of his mind. Now man as such, now he is different from mind now. Though, for all practical purposes, they are all put together, still there is that creature who is man in himself, and the mind which is his instrument, which he uses. Well, if I use my bicycle today, I may use another bicycle. I am different with bicycle. Still, so long as I work along with the bicycle and myself do make a combined effort in traveling, isn't it? Well, which is the word, which significance that we gave to the word man when we started? That is the question. From the very beginning, I have been asking you, what do you mean by the word man? That question is it.
We started with saying man is a bundle of his samskaras, past, accumulated past and so on. Now when we have come to this, when you have discussed all this, when you say something breaks the samskaras, there is a part of man which we didn't define, which operates on that.
Now what is that part?
He says that comes us to the question of analyzing what is this man.
So we are doing that, aren't we now? We are saying man is made up of many fragments. Right? One of the fragments is this or many fragments is the samskara, right? And man is part of these many fragments, and also man is the factor who breaks these fragments. So in man are all these factors. Is that it? Wait, that's what he says. Don't disturb him unnecessarily. All these factors. Then there is the factor which breaks is a superior factor. Right? Must be. Which is not touched by samskara. Right? So man is samskara, a factor which is not touched by samskaras, which then can operate on the samskaras. So man is made up of these many things, right? So you are saying there is a factor which is untouched by time, by samskara, by anything. Is that it?
So, in man,
there are all these factors.
There are many factors.
Yes.
One factor is samskara.
Yes.
Then mind and what not, so many other things.
No, that is
No, excuse me. No, don't introduce mind. Swami, don't introduce mind. Just keep to the simple.
Oh yes, please. Plus, that superior factor which can break samskaras.
Yes, he can.
That's all. Now, what is that superior factor?
What is that superior factor?
Himself, his own self. His own self, real self. His real self.
Now, what is that real self?
What is that real self?
You see, it is only the not self that can be predicated with like what, this, that, and all that. This is an instrument. Then I say, that is a machine, that is a man, that is an animal, all that. Similarly, predicate cannot be asked since you have taken out all those factors outside from man now. Man's self is his self. That is all. What is his self? If you say what, I should have to predicate. Come down. Yes, sir.
But he is saying that this self, which is the real self, is not the self who asks this question, who is this? The one who speculates about who is this
I'm not.
is the samskara.
No, I understand. Of course, that's
the one who is asking these
is part of the samskara.
regarding that true self is the samskara.
Yes, sir. This is, I cannot, but that doesn't. I'm not asking a question at all. I see I'm conditioned. I see the samskara. And I see, now again, I see, you follow? I understand the trap of all this. Both verbal trap and intellectual trap. I see this. But you see, the moment you posit there is the real self and who can break the samskara, then in that there is essentially a duality.
Quite. Shall I tell him that?
I don't know. I mean,
Yes,
I don't
what
want
is-
even to.
And also what
No,
triggers
perfectly.
and also what triggers there is the real self there. What triggers the operation of the real self? There
So
should-
first let there be a duality, this first point.
Yes, sir. When you take into account man with these two things, one samskaras, the other the breaker of samskaras, which is the real self.
Yeah.
Is there not duality? Is there not duality?
Certainly there is. Otherwise, how could you? The question already implies. When you say, when you ask me, when they were, can a man break his samskaras, you have already taken their duality into consideration, isn't it? The samskaras
Right.
are different, they have to be broken.
Right.
The breaker of samskara means duality. Well, where is the difficulty for duality at all?
I understand
There ought to
all
be
this.
such.
Verbal
Implication.
No, but
By implication, we have got the duality.
You have to go beyond it.
ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆ ಪಲ್ಯ ಅಂತಾರೆ ಕಾಯ ಕಾಯಿಪಲ್ಯ ಅಂತೀವಲ್ಲ ನಾವು, ಮೇಕೆ ಕರಿ ಅದು ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಜರಿದೆ ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್ ಒಗ್ಗರಣೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ವಿ, ಅದು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ 3-4 ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರಿ ಸೇರ್ತು, ಆಗ ಸೇರಿ ಪಲ್ಯ ಅಂತಂತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಊಟ ಮಾಡಿ
So can we never get beyond divinity?
Huh?
Can we never get beyond divinity? Is there anything beyond duality?
There is non-duality, of course. When you ask me that question, beyond duality there must be non-duality.
You see,
that's a different question.
we are putting
now
with
duality and then conquering samskaras and the time, all this we cannot get over so long as we have already assumed them to exist. We have not asked a question at all. If they do exist, are they real and all that? But suppose you ask me, what is beyond duality? Beyond is a term of time or space, isn't it? We have already taken down duality into consideration. How can we get over it?
Some actual thing and get an actual answer. A real thing and a real answer. Because now this is really going into.
He says, as we have assumed all this.
There are certain facts which we do not explain and yet we do every day. As I said, just we wake from sleep and we break our dream. We do not know why, how we broke our dreams. We do get out of these dreams. We cannot say that we never dreamt. We cannot say that we never slept. We do yet. But all these are put together into one series now, and we say all this is one life. Under what assumption, I don't know. When you have taken for granted, you have to argue on that line only. If you give certain assumptions for facts and then want to draw conclusions, you are obliged to draw conclusions from those facts as they are.
You see, sir, I am born in a culture which knows nothing about samskaras. You follow? Nothing. I am born a Catholic. I am conditioned in Catholicism, right? That's my samskara, condition. And I want to get rid of it. That's naturally. The moment I realize I'm a prisoner, I want to get out. There is no who am I, who is this, who is that. I just want to get out. Right? Then I make an effort. Now, this samskara of the Catholic, the prison, and the maker of effort is all the me. Right? And therefore, it's still, I'm fighting to free myself. So it is a constant conflict living as I am. Right, sir? Yes. Now, what am I to do as a Catholic, not as a Hindu? Born in that particular culture, I don't want to make effort but be out of it. Because I see effort doesn't solve the problem.
I am born a Catholic. One is born a Catholic. Conditioned by that. Conditioned by that.
Yes.
I understand I am conditioned by being a Catholic.
You are that man, huh?
Yes. That is, that conditioning, and I am struggling to get over it.
Yes.
That prison, these are there. That is, I am in it. These are there. I am not a Hindu.
Certainly not.
What am I to do to get over it?
Well,
Is that so?
No, sir. No, sir.
We are one. The maker of the effort.
Sir, I am born a Catholic. I am in that prison. And I want to get out of that prison. The more I struggle, not only I am caught more in it, but also I fall into another prison. Hindu prison, Buddhist prison, you follow. From one prison I go to the other. and I see the futility of it. And yet I am not free of the prison in which I am. I don't know if you can translate this.
Quite. I am born a Catholic.
Always.
I am struggling to be out of it.
Yes.
The more and more,
When I struggle against it, I fall into another trap.
when I struggle against it, I fall into another trap.
Certainly, he does.
I understand the futility of the whole of it.
Huh?
I understand the futility
Yes, of the effort.
of effort, the whole of it.
Yes.
Now, then what?
Then what?
But I am making effort all the time to be free. So you ask me to stop making effort. Is that it?
So I understand the futility of making effort, and I am making effort all the
I
way.
know.
The futility is also known.
Yes, yes.
So what is your suggestion? Is it to stop effort?
Oh, certainly not. Certainly not. Only his way of making efforts may be in the wrong way, and that is all. That is why he does not get. The effort is all right.
Right
Okay.
effort is
Suppose a
wrong.
man who does not know
But I don't
how
want
to
to make
swim,
effort.
he really because if he goes on, he cannot go. There is the buoyancy altogether. Buoyancy of water is there. All the same, he may get drowned. He may be drowned. He may make effort and again then drowned also. What is there? In the wrong
You
way.
see, similes also.
In the right way, it is all right. That is all. So every effort will not be successful. The right effort only, there will be the right effort. Well,
Right effort and wrong
plan
effort.
and
But I don't
executed.
want to make any effort.
There must be a plan
There
and
must be a-
execution, isn't it?
I don't want to make any effort.
Because I see effort means more pain, more battle with myself.
I see effort means more pain and more battle against myself.
It does. It does.
And
Because,
I make no effort.
in fact, then he is doomed. Therefore, well, it is so very difficult for children when they go to school to how to learn their books and all that, to be under the guidance of a master, to do all these exercises, come to time exactly, to be punctual and regular, so very difficult. But still, they do get over it. In course of time, they can, provided they go the right way. Otherwise, a stubborn boy may be of no use.
Would you say, since the observer is the observed, the maker of effort is the result of the effort itself?
I don't know whether he would accept the proposition.
Will he accept the proposition?
Proposition.
He says he may not accept the proposition.
You accept it, you ask him.
Ask to ask him.
What proposition? Wait, what's the proposition? I'm not making
Observer is the observer.
This is, I don't know. Just
Let
say.
him.
Just take it.
Krishnaji says, since the observer is the observed, the maker of effort is the effort.
Is the effort.
Is the effort.
There is no right and wrong effort.
Since the observer is the observed, the maker of effort
Is
is the very effort.
Yeah.
There is no right and wrong effort.
Is that so?
Certainly.
So there is neither right nor wrong effort.
You at the end, when he succeeds the question, when he knows it is all right. But before that, there is such a thing as a right effort or wrong effort. As a result, when you take the result, it is all right.
You see,
See,
that is-
I wanted to get out of dream because out of I was very nearly under the clutches of a tiger. I made all efforts frantically,
but
useless. It was all right. Suddenly, I cried and
whole
go.
idea. Go through it.
When you do make efforts, there are right ways and wrong ways. Otherwise, there would be no necessity for anyone else, for the elder to suggest, a man who knows better, suggest you to the way, and then when you are in difficulty, you had better do a
The
fool.
whole world is revolting against authority. There is no elder.
You may be tired.
It's also 5:20, sir. No.
I know.
They got
But
5:20.
I'm sorry, I hope I'm tired.
Very glad to have met you.
Please, but I'm sorry, I hope we haven't tired you.
All the whole world fame I have read.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, really.
No.
I don't mean what I say. I mean mere flattery won't do.
No.
That is not it. That is not. Only what I say or mean what I say.
Yes, of course. I'm not questioning that, sir. I'm not questioning that. You mean what you say.
Doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. Simply, I said to you, I asked him when I came here, how should I make a beginning? I cannot merely come and give him address a discourse on Shankara, Gita and all that. I said, no, I will be there. I will give you suggestions. He said, well, somehow he succeeded. You gave me some questions have to be asked before we answer something. It is not only a testing question around that. I don't take it in that way at all. There's no difficulty. Only it's a great opportunity to have seen. I came on certain other purposes. I was not at all a place of Bangalorean at all. I was taken by somebody else here. You have come from another faculty. And God brings together here. We went here, we have a question, two things. When we reflect on those things,
Yes,
in fact, when he asked us to say, when he says, when the observer is a word, as he says, when we began to question, we were different.
Observer is the observed.
No, it is all right. What I say is, when we began to talk about these things, we were two different persons.
Quite.
But when we were deep in the discussion itself, we never knew that somebody was asking us, or I am answering it.
Right.
All the questions and all that, they were all swept away in the stream, and we were all in one stream, isn't it? That is how the observer, he also becomes the observed. That is observed, everything is worn away. That is all.
Yes, I understand. That's another.
See, it was a great opportunity that he gave us. I could not come all the way that way when you were giving us a great lecture here and that. Our Amukmurti and Rajarav, they said, they listened and gave me all that. But I could only simply listen, being a layman, I could limp only. He has succeeded. Purnananda being he became. Therefore, he brought me here and give us Purnananda here to have your darshan and all that.